Thank you very much for joining us. And it's our first Lioness Enterprise webinar, and we are excited. Firstly, a big thank you to our partners, Absa, #Africanacity, our keynote speaker for today, Bruce Whitfield, award-winning journalist and broadcaster and author of his new book, The Upside of Down, How Chaos and Uncertainty Breed Opportunity in South Africa. Just one thing I want to quote from the book, from a review I read. It says, "It's in the very crisis in which South Africa finds itself today that there lies an enormous opportunity for renewal, growth, and optimism." Bruce, over to you.
I'm doing today one of my favorite things, and that is talking to entrepreneurs who, to my mind, are some of the most courageous people in the world. That is you, because you take enormous risk. You risk capital, you risk your souls, you put your bodies on the line, for goodness sake, in order to grow businesses, to serve communities, to serve customers, to hopefully one day create wealth for yourselves. If you fund women-owned businesses, from micro enterprises to larger small enterprises to growing businesses, as the funder, you are most likely to get your money back and then some. And women are more likely to run successful enterprises than men are. It wasn't a chauvinistic thing. It wasn't a sexist thing. It was simply an observation of Muhammad Yunus, who was lending into micro enterprises in Bangladesh. There is an opportunity for you here to serve your customers in a way that perhaps you'd never contemplated serving them before. You had beautiful restaurants with beautiful furniture and beautiful fixtures, and would serve delightful meals on beautiful plates to your customers. Well, those days are over for now, at least. I can't imagine that restaurants are going to be opening up to any kind of level of normality for at least the next 6 months. Maybe you'll be able to have 50% capacity in your restaurant, but you still won't be able to serve wine after 6 o'clock in the evening. You know, all of those early restrictions. So times are tough. And within the new regulations, you've got to look for opportunities. And those opportunities, I have no doubt, will abound. I want to encourage you to be focusing more on yourselves, on your colleagues within the Lionesses Network, and also on the inspirational people who are building in adversity, because you are not alone in this environment. Everybody is going through really, really difficult times. And frankly, it is how you position yourself and how you think your way through this crisis that is going to make all of the difference. The pessimists, the optimists, and the realists, forget about them. Think about the opportunists, people who look at the glass and don't see it as either half full or half empty, but just see it as a glass with water in it, and that water is to be drunk. And those opportunists are people who, through every negative cycle in our history, come out on top because they look at problems differently to the rest of us. What I do want to encourage you to do when it comes to listening to the sort of thing that Adrian Gore says is, don't expect miracles to happen overnight. Yes, many of you are pivoting, many of you are changing, many of you are looking for nuances of what you can do differently. Some of you may very well be throwing your old business models out the window, believing they're never going to work again, and trying new things. And that is frankly brilliant, because nothing happens overnight. Slow, steady, incremental growth. Don't try and fix this thing overnight, is Adrian Gore's perspective on it. The basic philosophy here is about mindset and how you think about the problems that you're facing. Because if you think differently about the problems to the way in which your competitors are thinking about problems, and you thinking with a growth mindset, a recovery mindset, rather than a mindset which is just overwhelming you, you are more likely to emerge on the other side of this mess. The crisis that you have survived so far, and it is a crisis that you are going to continue surviving in. It may take a while to thrive, but what I've learned about the Lionesses in the last couple of weeks as I've been preparing for this presentation is that you're nothing short of remarkable. You're nothing short of a strong network of people who back each other and support each other, and that's really, really, really important.